Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Smarty Bob. It's in the morning, my Sunday morning. Wasn't going to make a video today, made too many. First of all, let's get the house cleaning done, housekeeping. This morning I'm smoking my cracked pipe. See the crack in it? It's cracked. YouTube, it's a cracked pipe. Not a crack pipe, a cracked. I keep getting warnings from YouTube whenever I talk about my cracked pipe. Cracked. And then I'm smoking some Frankenstein. Of course, you know I love Carter Hall in the morning. I love Velvet in the morning. I love to smoke on a codger. All that Frankenstein is I'll have some leftovers here and there of the codger blends, and I'll just throw them all together, and they sit there and blend themselves. But anyhow, today I thought I'd go out and take a walk around the flower bed, take a look at my tomatoes, and I got about 4 tomatoes ready to go. Also, down at the base of that first rose plant, you'll see a rose plant grows all summer long until frost gets it, and they get some pretty good nubbins on there. In the fall, I cut all that down to I leave about 1 foot or 2 of that nubbin. Then in February, I cut all of them away except about 3 little stubbins, and I cut them down to about 3 or 4 inches. Now, you cut some of those off, and there's some pretty good sticks there. So for the hell of it, I took one of those sticks, sanded it down, makes a perfect tamper. It's about the right length, about the right diameter. Take a look at what that rosewood looks like. Is it fancy? Is it pretty like the other tampers? No. But you know, when I'm walking a dog, I just come out and throw this in my pocket and go on. Don't worry about it. Next year, I may actually make some more. Well, we're going to take a walk along the side of the house and also end up in our garden, and I'll show you what I'm growing and what I'm doing. First of all, I have rose bushes. In the fall, when those rose bushes die down, of course I clip them off down to little stubbins, and then about February I cut the stubbins off. And you can see this was a large plant. And down there you'll notice one stick that's left, and that's rosewood. And I use rosewood. I used a piece of that rosewood stick to make a tamper. And then we got these flowers. I'll find out what they are and show you. There's a dog barking. What's ironic is the prettiest of these flowers is over on the side next to the wall. Most people can't get to see it. Zoom me out a little bit more, and you'll see that of course I have rocks that I've collected, but I have marigolds. There's some more of those pink flowers. Some more rose bushes. I keep my rose bushes trimmed up, and therefore this is new growth. This is old growth. And what I do is when they get to be this part, I trim them back, and then they get new sprouts like this. Okay, and some more marigolds. Of course, this is the utility side of the house. And here's an example of a rose bush that needs to be trimmed. See how pretty that flower is? And see, these are done. I need to come out here with a pair of nippers and nip these off. They will cause more sprouts like this to come up, which is going to produce more roses all year long. And I got more marigolds. The purpose of the marigolds, and that's called the plant, I think it's called heather. The purpose of the marigolds is to keep the bugs away and the animals away. Now we're looking along the back side of the house. And as you can see, I have marigolds all along the back, trying to keep the bugs away. And up here is my patio. You've seen me sit up there, and I continue the marigolds around. Like I say, trying to keep the bugs and ants and varmints away. I try my best not to spray. So I enjoy the marigolds. To make the marigolds grow longer, of course, as you can see, some of them are yellow, some of them are not. Once the marigold blooms and it gets old like this, you actually need to get in here and pull that out. What that does is when you pull those out, it makes the marigolds bloom more and faster. More and faster. How you like that, English? This is a marigold. That's a volunteer tomato. It just came up there, and of course I mostly trim them down, but I decided this year I'm going to let that grow and see what happens. Here's my tomatoes you saw me planting. Of course, they're all blooming and stemming, and they've gotten big. They're coming up the vine. Some people take these little buds and shake them a little bit, the fertilization. A lot of green tomatoes on. And over here, I just noticed this morning, walking the dog. There's 2 tomatoes down there, pretty good sized ones I need to pick. Also over here on this plant, there's 2 pretty good sized tomatoes down there, and I'll pick them today. I want to show you something. Yesterday evening I came out and I noticed on this plant, see this plant, how the leaves are gone? So something was eating this. Of course, I know what it was. They're called tomato worms. And I'm going to show you a picture of a tomato worm. I came out and I picked the tomato worm out, and I take it out in the yard and I stomp it and I smash it in to get all the larvae that comes out. But I'll show you a tomato worm. And just to get you an idea of how large these are, they're heading on up. These here are they're actually about 6-foot cages, and they're pretty strong, heavy-duty cages. They're not your round, lesser expensive cages. I probably got almost a foot inside, or below the soil, and this is about a 5-foot. I want to apologize for the weeds. If a guy has some time, he needs to get out here and weed, and I will in the next day or 2. And at the very end of my garden, I picked up a couple pepper plants. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 peppers on there right now, and all kinds of blooms. So I got peppers coming on. I've also I've also picked several peppers off this end plant. Well, long enough, I'll edit this. Anyhow, then you look out over the east side. That's where the golf club, that's where the golf course is. Guys are out there playing golf. By now, I hope you've enjoyed the garden tour. Now you know what a tomato worm is. I wasn't going to make a video today, but my wife's away, the husband will play. Yesterday was just a memory. Tomorrow's just a promise. Pretty good pipe to try to clench. And you go out, get your pipe. Don't have to be a favorite one, just any old pipe. Stuff something you like in it, and you all have a good day. Now. No!